Okay. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Aloma.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, we thank God.
Bless the Lord.
Yeah. What about you, sir?
I'm okay.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. I'm trying to clean up my WS console for the class.
Oh, okay, sir.
All right, so let's share screen. Screen. All right, so welcome to class, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So what do we have here? What do we have? App server and delete session. Delete session. Delete session. Yes. So what do we have? Ansible. Right. This.
So you deleted the SonarQube server. Are we not using it again?
Yeah, we're going to do fresh one today, like I promised you.
Oh, okay.
So let's build everything from scratch. Okay, so okay. So where are we starting from today? Any questions? Something you need us to revise? Okay.
So the SonarQube that we made, is there something wrong with that one already? The ones we did in the previous class? Or those were okay?
Vision, so that you see that these things, even though we are learning them through a whole month, the practical of it is not actually more than 20 minutes to put up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It has to do that. It just doesn't take you 1 month to bring everything up. Something like we did. Although it's not the best solution, but if it comes to starting all of that, don't see it as one.
No, I was just wondering if the approach that we used, if from the notes, I guess, that we have so far, if anything changes with those notes or...
No, with SonarQube, nothing changed. SonarQube worked fine. But with the one that we're not able to deploy,
okay,
things will change. As long as we didn't get it right, then things will change in the note. Once we get it right, we'll update it.
Okay. So are we going to get the updated note?
Definitely, a lot of things would have changed by the time we complete the program. So you now get the latest.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that because it was okay. Was it you that was raising that observation? That is successfully built the last time does not mean that the next class will build without problem. It will have its own peculiar problem We will now use it to update the node.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so an observation I want to share. Oh, what's my? Can you hear me clearly? By the way, I'm not even using my. Let me use my app. Okay. Hear me better? Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Or was it better without this? It's a different connection.
This audio is better. This sound is good.
Okay, that's good. So there's something I need to quickly correct. I'm trying to bring out my board so I can draw it for you. All right. So I had an interactive session a couple of days ago. Yeah. And this CTO told me, gave me a different model, which makes more sense than the model that we are currently using, that I got from somewhere else. So you remember that, I hope you can see my board.
Yeah, whiteboard.
Yeah. The old architecture we had was we have our developers contributing, and then they commit to the repository. Yes. What's that word?
Version control system.
Correct. Through JIT. And then we say we build from there, the Maven pulls from there and builds. And then what comes out from there will be artifacts. Okay, so actually, no, we corrected this. We said, so from there, it goes into JIT, right? Means Maven. And then Maven will build the codes.
Yeah.
Come in and will release artifacts. And then this one will go into where? And then we said
SonarQube and JFrog.
So this is what I want us to change.
Okay.
Now, this is, even though this makes sense, it doesn't completely make the other one wrong because these configurations vary from, the architecture are modifiable, they are customizable, vary from one operator to the other. But this guy would implement SonarQube here.
Okay.
And then it must pass that unit test before he now pushes to JFrog.
Okay.
Exactly. It makes more sense, right?
Yeah.
And then from JFrog now, this is where we are. Don't worry, we'll continue from here later. So this is where we are now. So whatever happens from so the diagram that I posted on the forum is saying that everything that happens between this point and this, earlier on we're stopping here. No, it now extends to this part. Is continuous
integration.
Your continuous integration should not just stop at building your artifact. You should proceed to your testing. I mean, to your
SonarQube.
Yeah, SonarQube, your code analysis. Now, there's something else that I'm bringing out from this. The whole idea that is this fascinating is that, like somebody observed and we're trying to, is that one kind of test This is not the QS server, but one kind of test is done in here and must pass that minimal test before it's allowed to proceed beyond continuous integration. That kind of test is called unit testing. So your unit testing is not done by SonarQube, but can be implemented in the SonarQube server by a different application. So there's something called unit testing. All right, does that make sense?
Unit what, sir?
Test.
Test, okay.
Yes, test. So the unit there means that it's not testing the whole application as a whole. It's just testing the bits and the pieces that are coming in. The integration. So the last time you had 500 lines of code that was converted to artifact, that was good. There was no problem. Now you have added 3 more lines of code converted to new artifacts. So you are going to test that new 3 lines to see if it conforms with the minimum standard. So essentially, you have to make sure. This model ensures that it conforms with minimum standard before it is allowed to proceed beyond the house. So this now is now like the house now. Once it gets out of the CI platform, then it's going outside into production. Okay. So 2 things we're introducing here. We're correcting here. One is now a linear graph, no longer the way we call it in-house, the other side to say, okay, it has to go into production before we now make corrections. And if there's need for correction, we revert to that is a good system. Somebody may decide to use that, and some people are actually using that. But this one now ensures that the minimum quality is made before it is even allowed to go out into continuous into delivery. From here on is delivery. Delivery could be delivery or deployment. All the way there until it gets to Kubernetes. All right. Did you understand that? Did it make sense?
Yes, sir.
So Lou, I'm not the only person in the class. The other people, are you getting it?
It's nice. So the unit test you're talking about, that is it is a test that occur in the process of SonarQube. Is it as the same test that Selenius go through when we are building with our Maven?
No. That won't happen here, like you already know. Okay. So the Selenium test happens here. This one will be a different kind of application loaded in this same server for unit test. The Selenium won't happen here. So this one is deliberate by a third party actually checking, but this one is automatic, already embedded there. So and then, of course, this is not the final test. There are still tests here and there.
So that means during the course of SonarQube, during the analysis, there is a test going on. Is that so?
I've said, how else do I explain it? I say the SonarQube habitat is a server. That in this server, we put one SonarQube for code analysis. And I'm saying that if test is to be carried out, if you are adopting the model of carrying out test, you are going to load 2. It's some unit test application. I'm going to find a name for you. I don't have a name. Some unit test application that you would also load, not anywhere else, not here, not here, not here, not anywhere, but also in the same server that is running SonarQube. So this is for testers. When they say, what's your IT work? You say you are a tester. This will be where you'll be testing, at least one part of testing. Like we said, there are also testing going on in subsequent places. We'll talk about them when we get there. But the point I'm making that we have corrected many times. I've said over and over that SonarQube is not a test software. It's a code analytics software. It's for analyzing the quality of code. So if you now want to test the output of that quality, then you give it to another software, another application that will do the testing.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, sir. So that means the work the testers are meant to do, which in the other architecture we have, which you said the test will occur after JFrog for the QA or the QS. So the test will occur now. The tester will do their job now under the platform or on the SonarQube server, under SonarQube umbrella, but using different.
No. That test still remains. That test is still very, very valid. That QS server test. That one is testing the whole application. This one is just unit testing, just this is not the real testing.
Okay. So we can call this one like the pre-testing.
No, it's better called unit.
That main one.
That's pre-testing that you are calling now. The technical word is unit. Yes.
Okay, sir.
So add unit to it to say unit testing.
No, I'm just saying for a layman understanding.
Yeah, from layman, yeah, it's pro. The test before the real test, yes.
Okay, sir.
But technically, it's unit test.
Okay.
That word unit will differentiate it from the QS testing that happens here. Okay. So for that reason, you are going to call this on QS server or QA servers. It's quality system. So this is where you test the whole application. So this is so much work. This is the retesting. Okay. In fact, even if you say you are jumping this because you know you are coming to do this, you are still correct. You just say, oh, I don't have so much stuff. I don't, how much am I, So it just depends on what model you pick. But for high quality, this person says, I do my unit testing to ensure that at least it pass some level of quality testing. It meets some level of quality target before I release it to this.
So active factory.
Yes. But this one is not optional. This one is, no, you cannot release.
I know. An application cannot be released without tester working on it.
Yeah, exactly.
To get the debug and all that.
So when you say tester and it's confusing, you don't know what, am I talking about tester here or am I talking about tester here? When I say tester without mentioning the unit, I am talking about tester here.
Okay, sir.
Yes, that's the real test. The testers that end just almost as high as the DevOps engineer himself. So the QS server is where the testing, like somebody said before, like the simulation of the real environment. The testing is done, the strain, the stress, all forms of testing. Even you as a cyber analytics and cyber person, your work will be also, part of the work here will be your work. Test the security, test everything. It is only after you have verified that, you as the security expert have used your tools to confirm that it meets minimum resources. The penetration tester has done same. The different people using different tools. That is when you can now say confidently, I'm not releasing to production. Otherwise, if you release to production with all of those bugs and serious problems, they can use the app to hack into your system. You'll backfire. All right, but I don't want to talk about that. I just wanted us to stop here. But since you brought up, do you know why this is important? Why we're discussing this? Because this is the interview. If they want to find out if you know anything else, that will be on top of this. So a good understanding of this is what is the primary thing. And then they can now say, okay, you are good here, fine. You now begin to stress it from this point to where you break, where you probably break. You say, no, I've exhausted everything that I know. All right. So
Mr. Ken?
Yes.
Can we refer to this topology as a CI/CD framework?
Yes.
In general.
This architecture, yes.
Yes.
The CI/CD free. Yeah, you can refer to it as CI/CD framework.
Okay, because somebody can ask a question in that interview. Can you explain what do you understand by CI/CD architecture or framework or topology?
Yes.
They want to confuse themselves. So that we know that from no, you are when they confuse us, we also confuse them.
Yes, if they use any of that, just assume that they are talking about the architecture.
Okay.
Architecture is the real word, but if they now decide to use any of those other terms, yes, this is what they are talking about. Cool. And there is no interview, absolutely no interview that will not require you directly or indirectly to explain this concept of, okay, developers, JIT, version control system, build codes, release Artifactory, go through SonarQube for code analysis. And if you want to do your unit testing there, and then once that is completed, you may now release for delivery, goes into Artifactory. And then from Artifactory and so on, there's no interview that will not require that. And like I've said before, in the recent times, I've attended at least 7 interviews on just to test what interviewers are asking around here. Once you are able to explain this, once they give you enough time and you're able to explain like this, it is done. There's no other question. The next question is, when are you available for the technical interview? There's no other question once you show a good understanding of this. So it is the technical interview now that will now specifically say these things that we are doing in class. They will now ask you, okay, when you were installing SonarQube, what were the challenges tell me your experience with SonarQube, and then you are explaining, and then I went to JFrog. You can, oh, hold on, JFrog. So what happened there? What is JFrog for? How did you, they can now ask you specific questions relating to how you would deploy a project to run from this end to this end. Not necessarily in isolation, but how everything will work together to produce what you call the pipeline. All right, but we're still taking it step by step. So what I want us to do today is start from scratch and build a project from scratch, from this very beginning, all the way to JFrog, and then continue from there next time to Docker and the rest. All right, so let's do it. So this is like revision of everything we have done so far, and then we'll now use the infrastructure that we built today to continue to learn. Because I'm suspecting that having gotten that last one wrong, we may have tempered with something that might be difficult to troubleshoot. So let's start all over. I'll get it right, hopefully. All right, so let's start. So let's go and set up our, what's the first server we set up? Of the so many servers. We are starting from JIT, so what do we set up first? What's the first server we set up?
EC2.
Yeah, all servers are EC2. What's it? Okay, so EC2. So the one that will run
JIT.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our working server from where we run JIT and Maven, right? Let's open the notes and follow them. Some of them will run Ubuntu, some of them will run. All right, so let's start. These are just the theories. And then I showed you this, what I just explained. This is what I just explained. So I've explained up to. Right, so build to unit test. For this person, his own concern is the unit test, but for us, our concern, even though it's the same point, we call that point code. So it's code analysis stroke unit test. All right. So once we are done with that, we'll now start with this delivery part. And that's where we talk about Tomcat, about Docker, about Kubernetes. And then using Jenkins to now integrate all of them together. So that's why we have a pipeline somewhere, control N. And that is where this pipeline comes in. Yeah, I already showed you a photograph of that. Don't worry about it. Okay, so let's go. What does the practical start? Setting up CI/CD. First of all, one by one, right? So these are the theories. We already have a version control system. Okay, let's start from building our Ubuntu EC2. Okay, let's go. So this is the typical project. So what do we? Okay, so launch. What are we launching? Ubuntu. So we'll go down to Ubuntu. Then we take Ubuntu. This is our JIT. So the regular server will do. So we take that one. Just one. Volumes tag. And for simplicity, let's just open all ports. So we want all traffic to be able to come in and go in. Of course, your security may require you to not allow all traffic. You know what port to allow depending on what and what you want. But this is just JIT, so we'll do. All right, so do we have a key pair for? We have a key pair. So that's our JIT. So let's quickly install our Maven. Let's just complete the installation now. Server. So we take our public IP address and then we'll go to mobile LSTM. We set up a session. And then we do Control V. This Ubuntu server, so will be Ubuntu there. Ubuntu. And then our key pair is DevOps 2022. DevOps. Okay, there, right? Okay. Because we are going to have many sessions open. Let's name this one so that we can find it. So let's call this one our work class work system. And then is it connecting? Yeah. All right, so we are up with our server. Let's start the configuration. So who remembers what and what we need to put in? Who already noticed it? So the first we want to put is Java. So Control C, Control V. Are you seeing it? All right. So sudo apt update.
Okay, yeah, sure, you understand everything?
Yeah.
Okay, then we install Java. All right. So to test that Java is installed, we do Java ---- version. Simple interview question. How do you check that a particular service is installed? Name of the service ---- version. Okay. So Java. Okay, so Java is installed. So this is going to be our JIT. Is JIT already installed? Let's find out. JIT ---- version. Yeah, JIT is installed. If it wasn't installed, then the command will be sudo apt install JIT. All right. So this comes already loaded with clear. Let's continue. So for our project, let's make directory and then change directory to project and then do JIT in it. You can copy all three commands at once. And then when you copy the paragraph space, then you don't even have to press enter. Everything will just. Oh, I didn't copy. Let me come back. Control C. No. Control C. Then I come here. And do Control V. right? So it's done. The 3 commands are executed. And now, yeah, if I do git, sorry, if I do ll, I see that git is already initiated. All right, beautiful, clear. All right, so let me connect to my repository. I already have a repository, and this is my account. So I actually copied multiple commands at once, and I paste them, they will work. So git config global username has worked, and then git complete global user email has worked. All right, just to tell you that this thing can be faster once you do it. So git clone, now I want to clone my repository. But before then, let me connect to my Ctrl+C, connect to git remote origin. So git remote, what is the connection like? Okay, so I see that I've connected to my origin. Beautiful. So now I can clone. Git clone. Okay, so we are wondering if that's the case, then why don't I put this on the phone? Okay, so git clone now. Ctrl+C, then Ctrl+V. All right, so it's cloned. I have a copy of that version control system now. I mean, the content there, I have there in my system. If I do LL and I do CD, so I have it. You recognize this, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you see this and then you see, you know what directory you are in. All right, so that's it. So what do I want to do now that I have this on my system? Let's make a change so that we can push and alter what's in the repository. Let's change something and then push back. We know the file we are looking for, but we don't know where it is. So let's be looking for it. So cd web app, ll, source, ll, cd main, ll, cd web app, ll. Oh, this is so vi index. All right, so what do we have here? Okay, whatever we have, let's just edit. Let me change something and say I for edit. Welcome to my DevOps class. I can just remove that. And then let me change something here. We go to do this. Not something, we'll keep editing. So let's not finish all the edit. So I've changed something at least. So save, quit, back. All right. Now let's push. What's the command for pushing to? Remember those set of 3 commands for pushing? So
git add.
Yeah, git add, everything.
Full stop.
All the five.
Then what?
Git commit.
Git commit.
Space minus m.
Minus m.
Commit
Comment,
message.
then don't forget
Star. Don't commit message.
No,
Message,
comment.
okay.
All right. Good. Then the final.
I'll check the status of where we're pushing to.
Git push.
Git remote.
Yeah, this status is just for you to show that, just to show, not really doing anything. But it just shows that, yes.
No, git remote space minus v will show us the status of where we are pushing to know that the origin and the fetch and the push are on the same
it's okay to
destination.
But we don't really. Git
Remote
minus v.
Remote minus v. So
okay.
So it tells you. So at least you know whether you're on track or not. Okay. So finally, you want to push now. So push. No, git push.
Git push. Hyphen.
Nowhere.
U.
F.
minus U. This
F.
origin here.
Okay.
No, this is not false. This number. This origin here, origin
Master.
to which master? To master. All right. So where's my password for? Copy that. And paste it. All right. Awesome. So we have our code now. Just assuming that we have fresh code. We have pushed our fresh code to our virtual control system. VCS. I'm just finding it hard to remember. Okay, so let's go back. CD will take us back. And then where are we? And then maybe we want to just make sure we're. But that's basically it. So what else do we have to do here? Yes, we are done here. All of this is just for exercise and getting your hands dirty so that they stick. So these are just different forms of explanation exercise to do more commands. But in terms of downloading the repository, modifying it, and then pushing back, we're done. All right, so the next thing is to load Maven. Is to install and configure Maven. See how simple that was? So let's go to Maven. All right, so all of these are explanation, Maven. All right, so install Maven. Again, control. We do apt update, it's updated. Java is already installed. So we just install Java now, the same server, there's no need for that. So even if you attempt to do it, it will tell you there's nothing to do because Java is already installed and deleted. All right, now install Maven. This is the command. Again, you are free to combine the two commands if you want. Multiple commands is allowed. And if you copy space, the next space will just be enter. So you don't even need to press enter. So that's it. So what have we done? Let's see what we have done. LL. So we have both installed the widget as well as extracted. Right. So what's the next thing you want to do to follow protocols? You want to copy this extracted, the extraction to the appropriate directory where the system will set for it. What did I do there?
Press enter.
Yeah, I didn't copy one. So let me come back here. Ctrl C and then copy there. All right. So copied. Is it there? Let's see. CD opt. Okay, so it's there.
It's there.
Now that it's there, what do you want to do? Let's quickly do update. As unimportant as this may look, it may be our problem. So every time you make a major modification like installing and a service like we just did, is a good idea to always do so they know what they are doing. Yes. So don't say I just did it. Why do it again? All right. So now let's install Maven. Sudo apt install or sudo yum if you install if you were doing it. All right. This Maven installed. What's the command? Maven --versions. Yes, Maven is installed, right? That's the version.
It's there. 8.30.
Yeah. Okay, so we're making progress. So we have our codes and we have our building tool. Are we ready to build? Is the building tool Maven ready to build the Java code? Yes, but one more thing to do. Let us put this. We'll VI into that, Control C.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you edit this note instead of nano? We use since we are using VI.
Okay, you want to be consistent with VI? Okay, fine.
Yes.
Otherwise, I just wanted to show you that nano also exists so that.
Yeah, we know nano, VI, and Vim.
Yeah, nano is actually simpler to use. I don't know why I'm just sticking with VI. Nano is simpler. Let's do it here now so that it's still simple. Nothing to. Just simple. It's just that VI was the first, the first wife, girlfriend. So I just loyal to him. So you just Control C there and Control V here. Simple. No. So just say Control O to save. What is saving? Right. Can you see me highlighting it? Control O. Control O to write. That's it. You want to write? Yes. Finish. Control X to exit. That's not simple. So why are we bothering with it? Anyway, it's there at your choice, just in case. Well, let's cut that file just to make sure we did not mistakenly. Yes, so everything we put there is there. We are right. Good. So now by this, now we have told the system that anywhere we enter Maven command, this is where to find it. You go and get it. You don't realize how much stress this is saving you, but very good. All right. You may just want to, if you didn't want to cut to make sure, or maybe you actually did cut, but you are still not sure, you can do this. If it doesn't return any error, then it means that your file is good. I think it'll be better. All right, so now you have installed Maven, you have told the system where to get Maven, and then you have the code that Maven should run. So what else do you need? I think you are ready to run your code. So the command to run your code is Maven package. But where are we? The code is not here, so let's go to where the code is. Because if you say run the code, then to be looking for it. CD. Okay, this is where the code is. Home.xml, web server, and so on. Then git, this will recognize. So let's clear. Now we're ready to run. The command to run is Maven package. Control C, Control V.
Mr. King,
Yeah.
sorry for because I'm still learning. At this
Okay.
Maven package, you can just put it in the front to run the code. So I know that, okay, to run my code, I'm using MVN package.
Okay, so you want me to write to run the code? Okay, let me put it. Now run. Okay, let me first of all say to run your code, ensure you are in the directory where the codes reside. Then enter that command. Is that what you want?
Look, yes, it's okay like that. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So we'll highlight that to see. Okay, so that's it. So that was good. So we have built layer. So now let's move on to linter level and do all that stuff on top of this layer. So this was good. So what's the next thing on that architecture that you want to do now? Because we have done Maven, we have done G. What's the next thing? SonarQube. Is it not?
Yes, SonarQube.
SonarQube is the next. So let's go to
Build.
Yeah, we are building, right?
SonarQube.
So let's go to SonarQube. Remember, this SonarQube was long, but it's okay. I mean, the more we practice, the easier the interview. Oh, so let's quickly create server for SonarQube. We'll go back to here. Can you see? So what are we using for SonarQube? I think we are using
T2 medium.
Yeah. I changed it to T3 because for Kubernetes to be using T3, so instead of confusing ourselves, is it T2, is it T3? Let's just stay with T3, yeah.
Okay.
So we are going to load the Amazon Linux. All right, so let's come here and load Amazon Linux.
Okay, Amazon.
And then this is a powerful T3
micro.
medium.
Medium, T3 medium.
All right, next. Again, you know the ports that you allow, but for simplicity, let's just open up. But when it comes to security, which is strongly advised, you know the ports to allow. For now, we just say allow all traffic from anywhere. Or security practice, but this is just the next. All right, so yes. Allow. And then I'm going to SSH with that. Okay. All right, so that's the server. So let's name it SonarQube. Did I name the other one? So now class SonarQube. Class. So all right, let's set up SSH session. So where's the public IP address there? So I come here and I set up a session. Control V. This is EC2, right? Was it Ubuntu?
EC2.
No,
No,
it was Ubuntu.
Amazon EC2 user.
Okay, we'll use EC2. EC2 user. And then okay. And then let's give it a name just for labeling. Let's call it okay, so if you want, you can give it a different color. Not really important, just publish. All right, so so this was Linux, Amazon Linux, DevOps 2022. Yeah. Okay, maybe let's check it. What did we? Let's check. So
Strong.
let's edit. Let's see to this. What's this? What did they miss? Maybe this is just missed that. Oh, good. Well, just look. Okay, we didn't miss anything. All right, our SonarQube is ready. Do we start configuration now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So SonarQube, we need our notes to the configuration. All right, so just by way of revision, we know that Linux operating system, Amazon Linux wants to be the preferred Linux when you use Amazon. So they have attempted to make everything easy by putting all the, at least most of the services you would need pre-installed. So you see the list of pre-installed services. All you need to do is just take one and activate. Yeah, we can say pre-install. Just activate the one that you want. So what do we want now? Okay, so what we do want here for SonarQube is PostgreSQL. Control C and Control V. All right, because that is not the SonarQube, but SonarQube needs the database to be able to report the analysis. It doesn't need it to do the analysis, but to report how the analysis is. All right, so initialize. Init means initialize the database. What did we do wrong there? Sudo.
Postgres.
I don't know what we did wrong. Let's try it again. So we did that, we do this, then we said sudo. When you get there, oh, we already did that, right? Already did this. Okay, I'm not sure.
No, init, that's what it's a init that we have an issue.
So I believe the first thing we need to do is to install Java.
Yeah, we'll still install Java below.
Okay,
Yeah, if you decide to do it first, fine, but good observation. But I made provision for that. I just wanted us to go straight to. Okay, so let's do this. What does this say? User this. Script system to help. Okay. Clear. So let's go there. CD where? Where should we go? User. What do we have here? CD. bin. What do we have? CD host SP for posting. Of course, that's not a good way to do it. Just do
Can we grep?
Yeah, grep. Why not just grep? So why don't we do ls minus
Yes.
la grep for what?
Postgres.
Post
Grace.
Grace Postgres SQL
QL.
setup. Where is it?
It's not there.
Postgres SQL
Setup.
Okay, so why is it not there? Okay, pardon me. Let me go and see. Let me look for it now.
Postgres. Okay.
Post, yeah.
Post.
Post somewhere here, right? Postgres SQL is there now? What did I didn't spell it right. Postgres SQL setup. So that's it. It's a file. That is what we want to type.
Yeah. It's a file.
So we want to put that here, and then we'll now say switch minus minus init db.
Hello, Mr. Aki.
Yeah.
When we copy the Postgres, it's from the root, but we are in a user mode.
Okay. So you're saying we should do sudo, right? Yeah, that's been the problem all the time. Thank you. I guess. But okay, let me take time to read this. I don't understand what the service name used to first for information. This script looks like you need DB trace. I don't know what you need DB. So why are you not using it? Sudo Postgres DB. Okay. So all of this belong to root, yeah. Okay. And then we are working on EC2. EC2, not a sudo. We should make EC2 a sudo and then document it. There. ID of EC2. So EC2 is in wheel now. Yeah, so we should be able to use a sudo. Okay. Maybe all of that means that it's already done. I think I was rushing. I didn't. Control C. Okay, it wasn't done. Let's find out where the problem is coming.
Because the control processor is with error.
Okay, so we allowed that. So we did the Amazon Linux extra list. Yum install Postgres server. This. Okay. So let's follow the other gentleman's advice. Let's see if loading this one first. Control X, move it from there, and then put it at the beginning. Let's do that one. Control V. Okay. So let's do Control C. So we can install Java. And then Control C.
I thought we have installed Amazon Linux Extra already.
Amazon Linux Extra is just showing you the list of services that can be installed on Amazon Linux. So you now take one of them. So this one is just displaying the list. It's not. It doesn't install. You now take any of them that you want to install, and then you install. So right now we are installing Java. All right. So Java is installed. Is Java installed? All right. Java is installed. Now let's try to do this. Java is installed. Okay, let's try. So this one just displays, just shows you, but this is the actual installation. So we did this already, but let's try again. Let's see. What scenario it tells us it's already done. There's nothing to do. All right, nothing to do because it's already installed. All right, so if we do this now, Control C, what happens now? This new. Let me see. Available operations mode. Init DB.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Go to your home directory.
So what are we?
CD slash.
CD slash.
Oh, tell me, tell me what's your.
So I will suggest I will suggest that you follow the path and not just run it from that directory. Just go straight from the home directory to user bin, then CD into bins, then from there you run init DB.
Yeah, we tried that earlier on. So this is where's our okay? Oh, this is SonarQube. Okay, this is the first time. Yeah, we'll try that. Even if we go to home now, CD slash.
Yeah, LL. Then CD into user USR.
CD
USR list.
LL.
Yeah, where's this place?
Then bin
CD
LL list.
CD, yeah, can do LL. So this was where we saw that whole list, and then we copied from.
Then, so we want to CD into Postgres setup.
Yeah, Postgres setup is a file, not a directory. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a file.
Is it a file?
Yeah.
You just joined. We already did it.
Okay, run init DB from here. It should work.
Okay. That's it.
It's not a yeah.
It's a file.
Okay,
it's a file on the root.
Okay, so that is the hold on. Okay. All right, we'll try it this time. If it doesn't work, then we'll change completely to root. So normally it should be sudo run that command, but with, or is it one dash? It's double. Minus init initialize data
is
database. All right, so let's change to root. Sudo su So let's complete this approach. And then 50. So let's just start from scratch. Okay, that's already done. And then do this. Control C. Oh no, pseudo should not be there.
That's why I know it already.
Create a new Postgre database log. This is usually the first action you perform after closing. When did this one start? Okay. We haven't gone far. Let us start another server. I don't know what.
So I noticed that anytime we are trying to rush to do something like this, we always run into problem, a minor problem.
Yeah, but the idea was just to demonstrate that this was
Because when we are rushing, or like yesterday, I was struggling with my password for my Bitbucket. And it is the same password. I was struggling with it. So I noticed anytime someone is rushing like this, he will just.
All right. We'll relax a little. So first of all, this is Amazon Linux, right? Let's just read. Is there something we are missing in the document?
It is the same process now.
And then we allow this port, that port. Oh, yeah, nothing, because if it's about port, we allowed all ports. Okay, let's try. So Amazon Linux, right? Amazon Linux. Then
Change to T3.
T3 medium. Medium already. T3.
This thing is very funny, I swear. We did everything. No. The only thing different is the T3.
T3, yeah, which is even more robust
speaking.
and better.
I see. Chai.
All right, so no, use this security group. Okay, so maybe let's specify. So what post do?
That's what I'm going to say. Let's do our usual
8081, right?
No,
Yes,
no,
sir.
sir. That is for JFrog. It's for
Okay.
9,000.
Oh, that's what they forgot.
So first of all,
80 is
80.
9,000.
All right,
SonarQube is
good.
9,000.
That's good.
Postgre.
Then for Postgres,
Okay, that's good. Then what for Postgre? Oh, sorry.
Just write Postgres to come up.
Okay. Okay.
Down, go down.
That's why we
Okay.
couldn't figure it out.
54.
All right. So any other port to be open?
No.
No,
That's
sir.
just that four.
That's good.
Can you add the rules on it?
Postgre. E for Postgre.
Down.
Then from
For everybody.
All right. So
this might be the issue.
No, it's where whatever. Sometimes that should not be the issue. Okay, so what are we using for this same one, right?
Same keep here.
All right, so let's open this and call it Sonar class. All right, so let's set up for Sonar class. Okay, this. We'll come here and then we don't want this anymore. EC2 user using private DevOps. All this. So Let's remove the old ones. It's enough. The old one, right? Okay, so we are here now. Let's start all over. So sooner we allow the port 80, port 9000, then Postgre. So we do so we do sudo su. We don't really need this. That's it. Yeah, okay.
No.
All right. Then we install Java. You want to continue? Yes. Java. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So open JDK runtime environment. Okay, so Java is installed. Let's move on to Postgre. This will just display list, so we don't really need it. So install Postgre server, PostgreSQL, Devel, and Postgre -4. So you go ahead and install all three. You know what? Let me not do -4. Let me answer manually. Yes. Okay. So Postgre server, all three are installed. Postgre list. Okay. So then do this. Control C. Sudo get this file from that place.
What's going on?
Carried
by this variable and passed to subsequent call of init.
What am I doing wrong about that? Control C. Okay, so let me find out if something changed. Postgre setup. Command to do post. Let's go with it. Postgre SQL setup. Command. Yes. Initialize. Yeah, initialize this right. Initial Postgre Ubuntu. Right, so that is no this Ubuntu. Where is the initialize? Not here. Post. Generate the server by running command. Sudo service. What version is it? Control C. What's our version? 9.2, right? 9224. 9. 2.
We are not in the directory.
We don't have to be in there because we already given. What's the command? Okay. We didn't give the full path. Yeah, you're right. The service command request. Okay, so let's
So can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
So let's go back to that directory where that Sonar Postgres setup is and just run initdb.
Yeah, we should be in that directory. Where are we? I mean, print working directory. What directory where what is?
We have to go to that, we have to follow that path, the USR bin, and then where we get to that, where that Postgres SQL is.
Yeah, but we've done that 3 times already.
But yeah,
we've been here many times. Actually, what this command means wherever I am, go here. Wherever I am, find your way to this directory and to that directory, and then do it.
And run the same command and it worked.
When we get to bin, inside of bin is where we have Postgres SQL setup. When we get to bin, we should just run initdb instead of adding Postgres setup inside of. That was my suggestion.
I wish you
just try that.
I wish you had it on your. Yeah, but we've tried it. We'll try that same thing 3 times. So that's what I'm saying. CD USR. Oh, sorry. Okay. USR. No, CD USR. CD bin. Is it bin?
yeah. Bin.
Then CD where? So I'm saying this is not a directory, so we cannot CD. That's what we're saying.
Postgres.
Yeah, just run initdb there. That's my suggestion.
Right now, initdb.
Yes. That's initdb.
DB.
Okay.
Like that?
Okay.
We have to put the hyphen to the hyphen in front of it.
Without just like this?
Yeah. You try without the hyphen.
Okay. Just
What
like
the heck is going on?
No, it's good though. It's learning.
It's part of troubleshooting.
No.
Yeah, it's troubleshooting.
This is something. So can somebody go and see whether this is from Amazon? Maybe Amazon is down or something. This cannot be possible.
So, I think something is wrong with Amazon because I spin up a server right now and I did the same thing. On my end is saying that the command is not the command cannot be found, and that is saying rubbish because I've done SonarQube more than 10 times.
You know what? Who is that?
Is that Prince, sir? Is that the name?
Oh, that Prince, okay. You know
As
what?
we are doing
Before
this right
class, it's not up to 2 hours that I completed this assignment. I did just want to tell you that. I completed this whole assignment less than 2 hours ago. I did everything I'm trying to do now. I did everything from scratch. So how come it was for me 2 hours ago and then I'm having, I can't change.
I spin up, I did SonarQube like 30 minutes ago before the class. So, and ever since you've taught us, I've done it more than 10 times. So
and now it's not working.
So something is wrong somewhere. It is not the command. It has nothing to do with what you're doing.
It's not the command. I'm sure of that because we have done this. I've not done it up to 10 times like you, but at least I've done this like 6 times. And I did it just 2 hours before class because I repeated everything.
The only thing I see now that I've not done is I've not used three what's it called 3 medium, or it has always been that that 2 medium. So that is
what
the
do you mean
only
by 2
difference.
medium, 3 medium?
You
mean copying through? Oh, okay, T3. Okay, let's try
I mean,
T2
it has
then.
always been the
Okay, let's try T2.
Maybe
Let's go back and try T2.
Having problem.
Eh?
It might be T3
Okay,
that is having problem.
Okay, let's go and let's set up a quick one with T2. Yeah. This is magic. So let's quickly do T2. So first of all, it's the Amazon, or are we picking the wrong? Oh, okay. This is the Amazon Linux 2A. And yeah, that's the one we've always used now.
Yeah,
Amazon.
that was what I.
Yeah.
The first one.
The first one. Is it this one?
Yes.
Yes, free tier.
That's what I used.
Yeah.
But I used it too.
Okay, and it worked for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do T2. Let's quickly do T2. So select T2 medium.
Okay.
T2 medium.
Medium.
And then next. Only one server. Next. It's just let's just allow a port for now and just see whether it was, then we can come back. More traffic. Well, it can't be our KP, otherwise we'll not be able to log. I don't have the patience to even go and do SSH. Let's just log in from this frequency. We'll connect there. Now let's give it again. So now 2. I'm waiting for this connect to come off so I can log in. All right, so connect. Okay, so what are the commands? So the ports are allowed. Then do your install and proceed. Oh, okay. That's one disadvantage. Yeah, that's one reason I don't know. Okay, so install Java, Control-C. What am I copying? What is it? What is it pasting? Control-C. And then Control-V. You better go and learn to use the other cloud. I can't even copy and paste.
I guess, sir, I would have suggested maybe you should turn off the system and turn it on.
I just did mine, it worked. I just spin up a new server and I did everything. I've installed the Postgre, everything.
Okay, so what server did you spin up?
EC2.
Is it
EC2, T3 micro, or
T2 medium.
T2 medium?
Medium, yeah.
So you used all of these commands.
Yeah.
All right, so the commands are good, like we said. Now give me maybe give me just 2 minutes to restart my system. Maybe my system is the problem.
That's it.
Let me restart my system and come back.
Yeah, it happened to me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Don't know what's going on. It's not even working here too. I don't think it's really a system.
Well, let's see. Let's just try everything.
Now, wow.
Shut down. I'll be right back.
Nothing is working here too. Now, wow.
Maybe we should go on prayer and fasting.
I thought, yeah, my brother. Seriously, nothing is working. Any command, it just tell you it's not working, blah, blah, blah. Really. The command cannot be friend, really. To install Java.
Mr. Taufik, please pray for us. Oh.
Yes, sir.
Pray for us now. Our system is messing up.
Everything will be fine. Now, Prince.
Hello, sir. I'm right here.
How you be now?
Ah, my brother. The Gary don't water don't pass Gary. I mean Gary don't pass water. Even see if I press Java space minus version, it could tell me say command not found. I think I need to restart myself. Honestly, nothing is working on my end.
I want to try and enter and see.
Nothing is working on my end. It's so funny.
Wow.
Nothing.
So why did we come back to SonarQube? Sorry, I joined the class late. Why did we even come back to SonarQube?
You want to start everything from the beginning. That was what he said.
Okay.
There was an addition.
Addition and subtraction to the
yeah.
nodes.
So it was trying to walk us through everything so that we won't be left alone about the.
Just to refresh our minds. Okay.
Yeah, and some application was introduced again to SonarQube.
Okay.
Yeah, that I did not add it to it. So he introduced it to us today. So he wanted to walk us through it and make an implementation of those applications.
Okay. Got it.
So he doesn't just want to take us to JFrog like that.
Gotcha. Because I was wondering, I was like, man, why? I thought we've done this. We've passed this level. Why are we coming back here? I was just thinking. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome back, sir. Well done, sir.
Come back to the troubleshooting.
This is,
Yes. Sir.
all right, so let's take off from where we stopped. So let's see. What do we have here now? Can you see my screen?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So let's see. Yeah, let me open my order. I was trying to copy and it wasn't copying. So where? Well, we can select, yeah. So I was doing Control C, and then right clicking here, Control V. No. So let's set up this. So let's go to nothing is not stable. I mean, connecting there is not, it's not working fine. Mobile still. Okay, maybe we should change our region. This is not Virginia. Maybe I should spin off something in a different region. Maybe this region. Oh, but in the time being, let me quickly confirm that this. So we have a new session, and this what's the IP address for that new session? Okay, I already copied that. See, SonarQube.
6671.
SonarQube Control B, and it's EC2
to user.
We're using the same keep here. There you go. 2022.
Okay.
So let's quickly see. So this is a new one. We have not installed anything. So let's start with it. Okay, the only thing we have not tried now is to work completely as root. Let's try that. Control C, sudo su, so we are root now.
Okay.
And then we'll now say, which I don't like because later on we want to do stuff and we don't have access anymore as user. Okay, Control C. So what is PostgreSQL here? PostgreSQL 13, right?
Okay, 59.
If I install just that, I'll not be installing the other part. Okay. So
Sudo num updates. No
nothing to update. Okay. So sudo install Java, Control C.
Okay. Must create. Yes.
Was it White that said he worked, he did it and he worked?
Yes, sir.
What region are you operating from?
North Virginia.
Oh, same region.
Yeah.
Because every time he gives me this, I did not ask for this. I just said, this is not the command I asked for. So why are you repeating that command? I mean, that display. Just tell me you've installed what I asked you to install and stuff there. Why are you repeating that? Listen.
I didn't even install Java before installing it. I didn't even. I just.
Yeah, me too. I didn't install Java.
Yeah.
And it worked for me too.
Oh, okay. Did you just install it to
Dauda? Yes, sir.
Dauda?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, I'm not, even the way it's working now, I'm not convinced. Well, let's get to that point again. But what we have confirmed from you guys now is that this code is not the problem. It's just okay. So we'll just install Java, and this thing that is showing I did not ask. So install this now. So sudo that. Did you notice that? And then Control C. All right, and then the almighty point where it is breaking here, Control C.
Sir, the way you are copying the command, can you open a notepad and copy that command into a notepad and then copy from the notepad? Because there are some things you are copying, that space there.
Mr. White, seriously, it's not how he's copying it.
It's not the first time. I mean, this is command I've been using forever now, so that it doesn't look like you all worked and I'm not listening. Okay, Control C.
No, not
any contribution right now is useful. So let's just try all of it. So I just copied Control C and I pasted it.
That's not the command.
Oh, that's not the command. Okay. This one here, right? Control C.
Yeah.
Control V. So
And
Control
that
C
space
again.
in between. That space in between. Yeah.
Between the sudo.
No, between the set.
No. There's space between the sudo. No. Yeah, right there. And then just copy everything and paste it.
I should not copy this. I don't understand.
No, I said just copy it right now. Like hand
of course, I'll copy now. It's just Control A, Control C. All right, so that's the command, right?
Yeah.
This way you really know whether there's space or not.
Mr. White, can you see? You don't know the kind of winch that is, but we find that winch in Jesus' name.
the only finger I can point now is to Amazon. Can somebody Google something whether other people are complaining?
Okay, I guess I'll do that because I've spin up more than 4 servers.
I will suggest that between that sudo, don't put any space between that sudo and that slash.
My brother, it's not the code. It's not our command that has problem. These are tested commands that we have used. It's not the command that you use.
Let's use it one time, sir. Let's use this one time. Let's use this one time.
Mr. Dauda, did you just spin up what you spin up that you said?
Yeah, let's use this one time. Let's use it one time.
So
let's use it one time.
This one?
Yeah.
So you suggest where that will remove this?
Close that. Yeah, close that gap. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with that.
Even if this works, then it's not. Even if it works, it's not normal. It's abnormal for it to work. So I cannot go with. I just did that. Oh, I didn't close it.
So I closed it. You didn't close the gap.
Control A, Control C. I just copied exactly what you are saying right here. So let me come here. Let me clear the screen so that you are not confused by.
Okay.
So right click now. All right.
Yeah. No such file.
It got to a point that if you even want to check the version of the Java you have, it will tell you the command cannot find, which is abnormal. Something is wrong somewhere from Amazon.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't believe anything is wrong.
Is it working on your end?
It's working on your end, but it's not. working from only one end now to relegate to the background what we are.
We are copying a space alongside the command.
No, I'm not a baby now. Stop commonizing this thing to that extent. I don't know simple commands where there should be space or where there should be no space.
Sorry, sir. I know I didn't mean it that way. Sorry, sir.
I mean, we've been brainstorming. Let's go on the right path.
It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, I know.
But the cloud or AWS cloud. That's when I put it on here, I jack AWS cloud.
Think. Yeah, that's serious. I really. God damn. Something else now.
I don't know what to do right
now. Can we use somebody else's system to do it?
Okay, let me get another laptop. Give me 1 second to see. No, that's a brand new one. We didn't set up any of these things, not even Zoom at all. Not even Zoom, not to talk of AWS.
Or Taufik can give you his computer name.
Okay, that's what. Who can be a host? White, do you want us to see what you are doing? Let me make you a host so that we can.
Okay, hold on. I have to switch to my other computer from the other computer where I have all my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just.
So in the time being, while he's switching, any other person that is making success with this same command, because there's nothing wrong with our script notes. Even before we assembled you to teach you this thing, those notes were already working. So it's not the note.
Can we try a different, server instead of Linux, maybe Ubuntu or something else?
That's a possibility, but since it's working fine with one of us, maybe we just use his system to.
So that at least we see what that person is.
And then we also can now contribute, just like he was contributing, so that we know.
Because on my own end, I've spent like 4 servers to do it. No, it's not working. It even gets to a point whereby normal command will tell you command cannot be found, which is
I believe. When we say this Amazon has problem, it doesn't mean that 100% of connections are bad. It just means that some of us are not getting it right, some people are getting it right.
Maybe some maybe some AZs are down.
Yeah, region is made up. Yeah, some AZ, that's the correct one. It's made up of so many AZs. So even the AZ may not be 100% down, maybe 30% down, and we are part of those things. So I want to make white co-host. Let's say co-host. You want white to co-host? Yes. So
let me share.
Yeah. You can share now.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, this cool.
Well, this is the one I just did, and
yeah, let's do it again. If you don't mind.
Spin up a new one.
Let's run that command again.
Already.
Maybe we should spin up a new one, sir, from his system.
Yeah, so we could do that. Yes, but let's run that command exactly like just copy it from the note and paste.
Good.
I already have the command here.
Yeah, just where's the command? Sudo. Okay. You got past.
Yeah.
All right. So let's look at the command sudo.
Error.
Because I already have it installed on my computer, and you see the installation here.
Because it's the initialization that failed, not the command.
Yeah.
So the command did not fail, just the initialization. Okay, quickly spin off something new.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
But the whole idea is for us to see what's going on now. Preferably exactly what was It's 82, not for here. 80 will do for the other, then Postgre. Postgre. Oh, what are we doing? It's SonarQube, right? We need Postgre for Sonar.
That's for 9,000 now, right?
Postgre, no, go back, take Postgre as 9,000 for SonarQube, but for Postgre, take Postgre there. No, take it from the custom.
Okay.
E.
Down. Okay.
Yeah.
5432. Okay.
You keep yourself. All right, so it's coming up. Okay. All right, so I want to just okay. Well, Sonic was good. Oh, hold on. There's something that is missing in my notes. Hold on. Oh, okay, not.
Hold on.
No, I don't want to take the key from you. Just carry on. If I disturb this one, you know, but I see something missing in my note. I deleted that mistake.
Okay. Yes.
So run where, right? Oh, that's not. This is the rating.
Okay.
All right.
Postgres.
Awesome, awesome. Now I see something in your note that is missing in mine.
What is that?
When I was copying and pasting, I mistakenly deleted something, presumably.
As a Postgres 13.
Yes, that one is missing. Either because you see, that's missing.
Maybe during the time you are editing it.
Copying and pasting, maybe. Just continue. Go to.
What do you want me to do, sir?
Okay. Okay. Let me take it from here.
Okay.
That part is missing in my note. This can you see my mouse?
Yes.
Okay. Don't worry. Let me quickly go and install.
The second line.
So
Let me stop sharing.
Yeah, stop sharing. Let me take over.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so where's my note? So that is the part that we're missing.
Okay.
And upon the fact that we are watching, we didn't get it. That's the part. There's something here. All right, so let's go back. You can't see my screen?
No, sir.
Did you see my notes?
No, sir.
No, not yet, sir.
Can you see my note now?
Okay.
There's something here that's missing.
Yeah. That Postgre 13.
Oh, man. All right, so that was the problem. Sorry about that. I don't know. I will just overlook that. All of us together will just jump in there. So, what are we now? Which drive? Let's go back to the original system. Did I delete
Sir, before, hello, sir.
Yeah.
That line, why don't you put in the notes now?
Yeah, I will look for it. I want to look for it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So what's that? Let me put it in there. So Control C, Control V. So where's the line? Line
13.
SonarQube 13.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, 59.
I want the complete command.
Okay.
Okay. So give me 1 second. Share. Share. All right, so I've gotten the command. So let me go back to the note. Where's the note? Can you see the note?
No. No, sir.
Where's the share? Yes. Okay, that's the note. Okay, here.
Okay. Install Postgre 13. Okay.
So this is the confusion. So let's go back to which of the servers are we using? Let me see. Let's see all the servers. Sonar class, right? That's the one we're using before.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go back to that one. Sonar class. Did I delete that one? The one that ends
The IP address is
155.235.
That was truly the problem, sir.
155.
It works now here.
Oh, okay. You had the wrong note. I extended the wrong note.
I had the wrong note. That was.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how.
But it has been working before now. I don't know what happened there.
What has been working?
As in the database has been working before now. I still did SonarQube like 30 minutes ago before the class. And it worked.
with this line now, we should be able to carry.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. So we're installing this now. So we're back to this. We're just continuing from what we started. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay. So now the next thing is, now that you have installed, okay. Now that we have installed, that one is already done. So the command now, Control C.
Init database.
Initializing. All right. So that was the problem.
Correct.
Oh man, so what do I do? Okay, so because of this now, in future I'll be using PDF because PDF I cannot mistakenly delete. I'll not be using Word document anymore. But no, there's a problem. There's a problem. I'll be using Word because as we are making mistakes and discovering things.
You'll be able to edit.
To edit the note, yeah. But don't worry, I'll just be more careful.
Google Docs is also good. And we can easily convert it to PDF too. Google Docs.
No, that might not be too handy for me to. Okay, so let's carry on. At least we still have time to. All right, thank you for leading us through that rough road. I mean, if we didn't give you, all right, so let's go. So for SonarQube, which should be straightforward, we just edit that, and then we do sudo, and then let's quickly edit this file. We're familiar with what we edit, right? So I've forgotten how to edit. How do we edit with VI? Escape, colon. I know, sorry. Insert. I for insert.
Then all the peer, we change it to
be trust.
All right.
Change to trust.
That's the interview question. You just answer
trust.
So just remember the name of the file where you change all this to trust. That's it. Trust.
Trust Adobe.
Trust.
To be happy in Jesus. To trust.
All right. Escape. Is that all? Q. All right. And then the next thing, now we are all good to connect. All right. So there's of course, we already did the explanation. We just want to do practice. So we do this, Control C. Give it the password. Akin 1 2 3 4
3 4 hash.
All right. So all right. So we now do switch user to Postgres. What's progress password? 1 2 3 4. And then now that we're in the bash, what do? We do PSQL. Right, so sudo. No.
No, it will work. PSQL.
PSQL. Yeah.
Okay.
PSQL.
You said that you are finding a solution to this thing.
So what thing?
To this telling us permission denied that you don't know the reason why.
No, it wasn't here. This one has no problem. This one, look at the correct. Look at it. Can you see mine though? So just copy down. Sudo PSQL. So we're here now. We're in the database now. All right. Now you are connected to the database as Postgres. Okay, so don't worry, I've forgotten we are not lecturing, we're just so copy that, Control C. I think I managed to get the straight code that you're asking me to get. So let's see if the straight code works. Oh no, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
Okay, so what we want to do is create
user Sonar.
So now and then semicolon. Sudo.
But I said it worked now for me when I used it.
Okay, yours worked without sudo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've also worked with that. Yeah. Okay. No, it's not the sudo. It's remembering the other. It's still remembering this. So I've deleted that. So let's copy this. No. Control C. Okay. It was remembering that. So it worked with us. So create that and then the straightforward. All right. So all right. So this one will just show you it's not important. And then we are quitting with this. To create database, this is the command. Grant all privilege. No. Create database sooner. That's the command. No, I don't. Control C. Control V. Create database sooner. All right. So database is created. Now grant access to all privileges. Grant all privileges to the database you just created. Okay. So that is granted. Then what? All right, just to have a look at what you have done, it will be /L. /L. Okay, so Sonar have been created with all of them. Okay, so that's fine, we are done. So quit. Quit. And then exit.
We have not given Sonar super user.
Yeah. Super user?
Yeah. We alter Sonar user with super user. We alternate Sonar user with super user.
Grant all privileges. Yeah, okay, let's just follow. Maybe it's done. Where is that one? Are we missing it in this note? It's different from this one?
No, is this note. So if you go up, go down a little bit.
Yeah?
No, before here, there's a place that says alternate user, then super user. Or maybe it's not in this note. It's different.
Are you talking about maybe it's on the
I think it's also is that you see is actually not on this your note. So that thing is omitted from because the note I have says alternate user Sonar with super user. Then before you go ahead and create the database Sonar.
Okay.
But this is it. It's right here. Grant all privilege to database Sonar.
Is that what you mean?
Yes, that's what you're saying.
Check your note. Is this what you mean? Why?
I also have the same note that White is talking about, the alter user Sonar with.
So this note is not
user.
Let me check this.
White, are you not talking about the privilege? Grant the privilege, all the privilege to Sonar user, right?
So can you see my note now?
Before that one.
Okay, yeah, right there.
Where is it?
On that,
yeah, right. Yeah. No, the next
below
one.
The next one.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing with the grant privilege or no?
No, we missed this.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
This is where our mistakes are coming from. Alter user Sonar with super user. All right, let me correct that. Thank you. Control C, and then the note document. Oh, let me see the position. Okay, right under the here. Yes. Control B. All right.
So what's the difference between this and the grant all privileges?
Okay, so create user Sonar and grant him. Create user Sonar. No, this one, right? Create user Sonar with and give him password. Sonar. That's what this one means. This one is just creating this user account Sonar for the database and giving that user account password Sonar. But this one now is now making him a super user, like administrator, just like this guy. Postgres is already an administrator. You are now also creating your own administrator to use because you don't want to touch this powerful administrator. So this Postgres now is now giving Sonar user super user permission. So Postgres is the administrator. So that's why when you We'll go back in.
Then
Already
the
exited.
grant all privileges on database Sonar to Sonar. I guess the privileges, that's
Which
a
one?
different thing.
This one?
As you scroll down.
Okay, as I scroll down.
Yeah, so okay, right there. Grant all
now,
privileges.
Time to create database to store. Yes, this was about user, but this is not about the database. So you created the user and you made the user a super user. Now you are creating a database. They are two different.
Okay, so that user is different from the
Yes, the user is the
user,
user.
yes.
The database is the table, just like you Ubuntu as a user. So this way about user. Can you see the term user there? And then this is also about the user account. But this is not about the database that this user will be controlling and the database to which SonarQube would append. All right. So let's quickly go back into the database and correct it. So let's go into the database. How do we go into the database? The powerful guy that can go into database is Postgres. So switch user to Postgres. Switch user to Postgres. All right. What's the password? Okay, so we're in the bash now, around the database. Let's go into the database. How do we do that? What's the name of the database? PostgreSQL. I'm deliberately saying this so that we can be remembering what we are doing and everything. PostgreSQL. Okay, permission denied. Sudo sudo PostgreSQL. Yeah. All right, so we're now inside the database. You know by that sign, the sign will turn to that. Okay, so let's quickly do that which we did not do, which we ought to. Right, so alter this, Control-C, Control-V. So you already have that user, change that user to super user, Control-V. So if we now do /du, du, what do we have? We have that Postgre as well as Sonar, they are now super users. Okay, that's fine. If we checked earlier, before now, we would have seen that it was only Postgre, our super user. Super user is like the admin of the database. Now he has made this guy a sudo as well. All right, so good. Okay, so let's go. Please be comparing with your notes. Thank you for that. So let's get out. We are done with that. How do we get out? Quit the database and then exit the shell. All right, so what's the next thing? Now time to create database. To create database, what do we do? To create database, we have to be inside the database, so we should not. Okay, don't quit. Don't worry, I know why. I rearranged some things there. It was in the process of rearranging that I was mistakenly deleting something. I'm sorry. All right, so we shouldn't have gotten out because we are still talking relating to database. So let's go into the database again. So I can create a database. Earlier on, we're creating, I don't know if I'm emphasizing too much, but we're talking about users earlier on. So let's go on there. So how do we go in? How do we go into the database? The user is Postgres. So switch user to Postgres. Okay. And then we're in the bash now. How do we get into this database? PSQL. All right. So we're in the database now. Let's create database. We're in the database environment. Control-C, Control-V. Create a database and call it Sonar. Database Sonar already exists. Oh, we did create it earlier on, did we?
I think we had already done it.
Create user, that was user. Alternate user. Oh, create database Sonar. Grant privileges on database to Sonar. When did we create?
I think we did it before the when we started going back
okay,
to
before
alter
you,
user.
okay, yeah, before you drew us back
super
to
user.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's do the next thing there. Create database Sonar, that is done. Now that that database is done, grant all privileges on this specific database. So Control C, Control V. That is granted, right? Granted. Right? So let's scroll down. And then what do we do to see all of this? Control list. Just so congested. I mean, list all database. All right. So now, okay. So now and this part, Sonar has these privileges. Okay, so let's go. What else do we do here? I think this time we're done with database, finally. So let's quit. Control, quit, then exit. We're done with database. Let's work with SonarQube. At least SonarQube has a database in the background to be reporting. So all of this is just explanation, but the real thing to do with SonarQube is to go in here, Control C, and then come in here. Yeah, I was beginning to think running multiple commands was it a problem, but I think now that we found what our problem was, we can safely run multiple commands. So we copy, we get which means download, and then we unzip. This is the command to unzip. All right, so we are doing two things together. Okay, so okay, so that is the SonarQube binary file, and this is the unzip. Okay, so that's good. All right. Okay, what's the next thing? Sudo add user Sonar. That is, create a user called Sonar. What did I say? No. I'm repeating that. Copy, Control C. And while we're working from here, let's go to the root. That's the best place. Print working directory. That's the right place to work. All right, so what are we putting there? Create user Sonar, Control C, Control V. All right, so add a password to Sonar, Control C, Control V. Let's give the regular password, Akin 1234. Akin 1234. There are so many passwords, but instead of trying to remember which is which, I'm just using one consistent password for them. Now let's make Sonar a super user, even for Linux. The ones that we're doing earlier on were for the database, but for this one now, even as a Linux user. All right, so now we have a Linux user called Sonar, and it's a member of Will. Oh, beautiful. So Sonar is powerful both at the database level and outside it. All right, so what do we have here? Let's do cd opt. This directory is owned by root. For that reason, Sonar as a user will not be able to do anything here. So to make, let's change ownership to Sonar so that you'll be able to do everything with this, because all the commands related to SonarQube is resident inside. All right, so we'll change ownership. Control C, change ownership and everything inside to Sonar. Oh, so we need to be
Sudo.
Yes. Sudo. Right. So if we now do clear, then we'll do LL. We see that earlier on it belonged to root, but now it belongs to Sonar. So with this one, Sonar is able to do everything. All right. So now that Sonar is able to do everything, let's switch user to Sonar. And from now on, work as Sonar. I forgot to. Let me do it again. I didn't enter part. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right. So Sonar has taken over. Work as Sonar. All right. So let's quickly edit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete the configuration. So first of all, we'll go to this file. Where is that file? What's the name of this file? I've deleted it again. Okay, so luckily I have the. So can you identify that file? The name of that file that has this one?
Which one are you saying?
This one. This one in yellow. It's missing in the note. Let me copy from here. Control C, Control V. Are you seeing my note?
Yes, I have it on my notes now.
Okay. It's just me that messed up this note. Serious. Okay, so let's edit that file. So copy that file. Let me highlight it. Control C, and then so that is the file. What are we doing? We are changing Sonar search. We are removing the comment there. So let's look for Sonar. You know the way to look for it? Shortcut is that. You see that sign? Then Sonar dot search. Then where is it? Have we seen it? Sonar dot search dot Java. This is it, Abby? No, not that one. Okay.
So I didn't come down to run that forward slash.
I just pressed I just pressed forward slash, then it came down by itself.
Okay.
I didn't need to go there. So this is what I'm looking for. So once you find what you are looking for, you press enter, then it will now take you there.
Get a comment.
Does this work in Nano as well?
Nano is no. Nano is just like word editor. You just scroll there straight away. Or maybe to have it.
Okay, so you can't search it.
Maybe you can, but I'm sure it's a different command for setting, not slash.
Okay.
To have it so. These are the things we already used to in VR. That's why we're reluctant to leave VR. But Nano is much easier. All right. So did I get that right? So I've removed the comment. So once the comment is removed, then we save. So escape. Colon, right, quit, bank. All right. So we are done with that first file. What's the next file? I think is the same file. Should have gone down.
We are going down.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you. Okay, so let's go. So once we go down, we copy all of this. Control C, and then when we come here, we go all the way down, and then we'll get to the bottom of it. We do end.
Enter.
I for insert, and then we'll paste it. All right, so that's it, right?
So,
okay. So we're done with that. Of course, this is the work we've been doing since creating SonarQube. We just let the system know now that you use all of that. Okay. No. That's how I keep deleting things. That shouldn't be. Can you imagine? I should be doing that here. Right, quit bank.
I think the SonarQube entails a lot of modifications.
Yes, it's a lot. And to get to this lot, it took so many months of troubleshooting. So now that we get it right, these are These are the writings. Just do them accordingly. All right, so now that we edited that successfully, again, you should start to run it now, but you are going to run into trouble here and there. Of course, you can experiment by yourself. You may say, what if I don't edit this file? What if I just run it? You are going to see the kind of problem you run it. And then when you go to Stack Overflow and all those troubleshooting sites, everybody's suggesting, by the time you try 7, 8, 10 of them, you get the right one. You add it to the documentation. Okay, so we do this. I think we are here now, right? Control C. Yeah, well, I'm done with all. We are here now, right? I hope I'm right.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Oluomo is tired, right? Or is he still there?
No, I'm listening. I'm watching. Mr.
Okay,
White
so
and the other guy, the Prince, they're on board. So when no guy is talking, you just listen.
Okay. So let's insert. So who is the user that will allow? Sonar user.
User.
We created user, Sonar made him powerful. So now he's the person that will run this. All right, we are done with that. Any other thing to correct? That's all.
Okay.
On this particular file. So we are done with that. Then there are these other 2 files that we need to edit. And that these 2 files are actually in the documentation. That's why I highlighted. You didn't need to go. Okay. So we highlight this and say Control C, Control V. And then we'll come to the bottom of the file. Control I. And then we'll copy this. Control C and paste. All right. Then we'll save. Quick bang.
Sir, we left one comment at the bottom.
Yes. It doesn't matter since it's comments. It's okay.
Okay, sir.
It's not a command. It's a comment. So no one.
Okay.
So we copy this and then we edit that file. And then we'll go to the bottom. I think just before end of file will be fine. Insert. And then we say at the bottom of the file, copy all of this. Copy this, Control C, and then we'll paste it. Okay, so that's it. All right, so we are done.
You go back to the EC2. So then we'll go back to the EC2.
Yes, we'll reboot the EC2. You can do that from here by saying systemctl reboot, or you just go there and restart. So let us. This is our EC2, right? SonarQube. So now then we say reboot. All right, so while that one is starting, okay. Once it started, we start SonarQube and then we'll connect. Before we now go to the almighty JFrog. Okay, so let's come here. And then she wait for, after waiting for a while, you restart here. All right, so we are good here. So hopefully everything works. So we take let's start Sonar now. So anything relating to Sonar, you must work as Sonar. So switch that to Sonar. Okay, so now that we are Sonar, we change directory to that place. And that is where this command is. So the command to start is in that direction. We're starting Sonar now. All right. So in case of troubleshooting, which you don't need, I don't know. All right. So Sonar is started. Sonar is started, then we should be able to browse using port 9000. So where's the public IP address? Here. So we'll go there and Control V, port 9123. Okay, Sonar is loaded. So we log in using admin, and then we go straight to business by generating the code. So whatever we paste that code, that EC2 will now be able to see Sonar. Specifically, not EC2. The Maven will now be able to see Sonar and send a copy of the artifact that it used. So admin. Login. Okay, what's our old password? Old password is see?
Admin, Akin 123.
Okay, admin.
Akin 123.
Akin 1, 2, 3, 4.
It has hash.
Huh? Yeah.
It
1,
has
2, 3,
hash.
4 hash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Akin 1, 2, 3, 4. So update to our password and save that. All right. So again, we'll go manual, and then we say, let us create something for the class. Display name. Let's display the name. Yeah, let's call it class project. Then set up for class project. Again, we do that. And the name that we want to show, that is the class project. And then generate our token for Maven. This is like the password that we provide for authentication. So let's save that. Control V. All right, so continue. We are linking with Maven. It has generated this code for Maven. Let's save that code. Control. Again, sometimes just copy this so you are sure you copied everything correct. Control V. So this is the code we are taking to Maven. So now let's take that to Maven. Remember, we still have our Maven. Where's our Maven? We call this. What do we call our Maven?
Classwork. Is it a classwork?
Classwork, right?
It's Ubuntu now, yes, classwork.
Yeah, okay. In that case, let's delete these other ones that might confuse us. Okay, let's just focus on it. All right, so we double click. And then these are Maven server. Maven, are you here? Maven minus version. Yes, okay. So it means that our project is also here. Print working directory. Yes, so this is the right side of our project. So CD that. CD. Okay, this is our project. Okay, so now that we're in our project and our source codes are resident within here, and we'll have our basically. So we'll now go there. We'll copy this command. This one is already in here. So Control C. Then we'll come here and we'll see here. All right. So deny somewhere. What was deny? Okay, that's beautiful. So that one went through. So you can copy that, but we're already there. So let's just go there and we'll see that. has gone through. So that's so what I was saying about the unit testing is that another application that the company uses will now be installed in this server, so that it will just take the output of this analysis into that application as the input, and then use it to test the details of, okay, line by line. Unit testing is actually like testing, detailed testing. As we are doing this training, the people that are doing software testing, and they're also in their class doing their, so let's leave that one for them. But this is SonarQube. This is what you're expected to set up as the CI/CD. This is part of your pipeline. Now, from the new architecture that we have, the output, the input of this SonarQube is the artifact, and the output will now go into where? Into your JFrog. Yeah, let us quickly set up a JFrog server to accept the input from it. All right, so far so good. Please watch out for this JFrog so that we'll get the commands right. So come back to this place. Let us set up JFrog as a T3 medium or T2, since we already used T2. First of all, it will be Linux, right? Amazon Linux. Please confirm from your note that it's Amazon. And then T2 medium. T2, right?
Yeah, T2 medium.
Okay, so where's T2?
Processor.
Okay, 2 processors for 4 gig RAM. Okay. So one of them will do. All right, so what part? Okay.
81, 80, 82.
80, 81. And then 80, 82. All right. Just those two?
Yes.
No part 80. Let's just confirm.
No.
Okay. You say so, I believe you. So just those 2 parts. Okay. That's good. Then next. We're connecting with okay. And then let's quickly name it before we forget to. Let's call this our JFrog, right? Plus.
That doesn't mean we can use the SonarQube server for this for JFrog, right?
No, we can. It doesn't mean that we cannot. Yes. We just get a bigger server that will accommodate all the jobs.
Okay.
So JFrog. That's it. So let's want to see all our servers side by side. So let's quickly set this one. So we have this. What's the name of this server? Instead of asking you next time, because this is what we'll be using throughout now. So let's just give it the right name. Let's rename it. What do you want to call it? Our Maven. Or our, what did we call it there? Classwork?
Youth Maven.
Youth Maven?
I just said Maven.
Maven is okay.
Okay, Maven. Okay.
Maven.
Maven, Sonar. Which one is this one? Oh, it's the same server. Oh, no, this the one should have called. No, this is
Maven is supposed to be at Maven and Git is supposed to be on that one server, right?
So this is the correct one. This is what we run out. So this is the wrong one. Let's delete this one. Delete. So this is the one we wanted to name Maven. It's already called Classwork. That's fine. So we have that. We have this. So give me 1 second. So we have a Classwork. We have a what's the name of this? SonarQube. Where's SonarQube here? This one, okay. Yeah, those two. So let's remove all this. Delete. Okay. So these are my own personal one. These are your. Okay, fine. Let's see. So now let's sort of for JFrog. It was a EC2 server, right? EC2. So DevOps. Let's give it a name so we're not confused later. We just call it JFrog. Then if you want, all right, we have our JFrog. All right, so let's continue our installation, our setup. Okay, so let's do JFrog. We need the notes to follow step by step. So please compare your notes. This is what we had issues last time. So this time we are extra careful. It's not long, it's very short, yet we had issues. All right, so we just we know that even though it's not written here, we know that the first thing we want to do is sudo what?
Amazon Linux list.
Update. Sudo Amazon list. Sudo yum update, Control BI, Control C. Nothing to update. Okay. The list is just for viewing purpose. It's not really that important. But since we already know that this is there, just install Java 11. And then we'll go to the documentation, read it out like we did the last time. And then we'll get the link from it. Is Java installed? Yeah, I know, but just to fulfill our reference. Minus version. Java is installed. So we say sudo we get, and then this. Please check your notes to make sure we're not missing something here.
Sure.
Okay, because we didn't get it right the last time. So. Oh, installing JFrog, okay. Another thing to be careful of when it's installing, just let it be. Don't click anything, otherwise. Okay, so JFrog is installed. All right, so now that JFrog is installed, start JFrog. Start the Artifactory. Okay, so that's taking a while. Okay, so after that, check the status. Control C. Is the Artifactory installed now? Yes, it's installed. And it's running. Okay, so that's good. All right, so now let's go and browse. I mean, that's the definite way to know whether it's installed. Okay, so what's our IP address? For JFrog, this one.
145, 42.
Okay. And then we enter through what done? All right. Okay, so what's the password once we are there so that they open for us? Admin.
Admin.
And then
Okay.
password, right?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, hash.
No, admin password, the default. Then I don't remember this. Just started new password. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, next. Keep so the base. So that's the base. Control C. Just put it there, but remove all of this. Okay. Next.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need this.
The
next.
Sunday.
All right, so that's it. So the next thing we want to do is create Artifactory. All right, so come here. This is a repository. And then come here, this Artifactory. But cannot have Artifactory when there's no repository. Nothing here. So we'll go there and do repository. And then we see quick setup. We're using Maven, so we'll click Maven and see next. Let's give it a name. Let's call it, what did we call it? Class project. I'm going to create 3 versions of it. Yes. That's it, it's done. 3 versions of repository created, 1 virtual, 1 local, and 1 okay. So the next thing is to go to Artifactory and do artifacts. Of course, we are working with the project like libs, release local. Click that. And then once that one is clicked, then we'll say setup. We'll say set us up for that. So we'll go to setup, and then we say 2 versions are created, 1 for release, 1 for snapshot. The release is the one that you want to release to production environment. The snapshot is the version that you want to release to non-production environment. Right? They are both there. So you generate both of them for me. Whichever I want, I'll use. You come here and you say generate. So Maven, everything is good. All you do is generate. So your snippet generated, so you copy. Go to a place where you can safely Control V, or you can safely edit. So we need to be careful. So let's quickly edit this. Then we'll remove the, at least for our training purpose. Admin. From the $sign to those are the person of the bracket. Put your password. What's your password? Admin 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So 1 is for there's a snapshot and there is a release. So and then what? Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right. And then since you've chosen to access your port by 8082, let the system know to always drop off your delivery. All right, so that's it. All right. So what do we do with this file? This was one area where we're making mistakes the last time. So we want to integrate that to our Maven project. So we'll go to our Maven. We'll go to Maven. Where's Maven? Maven is here in class 1. And our project is here. Okay, but this time we go to CD, LL. There's this file here. .m2. So it says cd hidden file m2. If you open here, you see that there's only repository there. Create another file and make this file. So vi into this file, call the file settings.xml. All right. This is where you now put everything that you copied from this settings.xml. You now paste it into this. All right. You are expected to have a detail, so there's no need to check anything here anymore. You're expected to have, oh. What did I copy?
It's different. The one, okay, this is the wrong one. But we have already edited that key.
Yeah, so why is it not showing this? Control A, Control C, and then, so what's here? Let me just exit. Quit.
Okay.
So what's it showing me there? Yeah, this is the correct one.
It is the correct one.
Admin. So A2, okay. All right, so this is good. So we escape, save, quit. All right, so if we do LL now, we see that we now have 2 files because we've added our own repository to repository. Okay, I hope that's good. That's good. All right, so that's fine. Then we also go and just one more file to check. That's all. Just one more. Nothing else. And then we'll come back here to our Artifactory, and then we'll close this. And then still selecting the same thing, we say set me up. But this time, instead of configure, we'll take deploy. Then we'll copy this. And then we'll go to Control V, and then we edit. Nothing to edit here other than H2. And this is where we need to be really careful. This time we are editing the POM file. So Control C, and then we'll go to the pom.xml. That will be stored in there. You remember when that is stored?
Okay.
Your project, your code file. Okay. CD DevOps.
No, it's okay.
Okay, this is the place.
.xml.
So let us VI into pom.xml. Now this is the file. Now let us edit this file. I think this was well, yeah, this amongst other places was where we had issues. Now let me look at the document. So I'm thinking that we didn't do this right the last time. So specifically, look at this editing that one. So this is between distribution management. I'm not sure this is replacement. And then it's specifically before projects. So what I'm going to do is come here. You know what I'm going to do? Let me do something. Control. Don't save. Just quit without saving. Let me back up this file so that in case the first one does not work, we'll keep manipulating it in it works. So let's save it. Let's keep it back up. Otherwise, it's too important to mess up with. How do you back up a file? So copy this file, pom.xml, into another file, pom.xml.backup also. All right, so we now have 2 copies. So if anything happens to this, we can always come back to make another copy. All right, so let's do that. So insert. So let me copy. You can see what I have here. So let me copy Control C and then Control V. So I've added that. I'm not sure that thing is replacement. Maybe I should just add it. That's it. And then what's the next thing I should do? The note says I should look for plugin. I'm not even sure I should look for plugin. I think I should just copy this and paste without replacing. Okay. Let's see. The one that worked. Look at what I did. Look at I don't know. Can you see the note? Dependencies there, dependencies there, dependencies, and then build. So let's compare. So this is dependency, this is dependencies. So this was around. Oh, okay. Dependency management. So I think this is why I will look at them side by side. Okay. So dependencies, then build, then plugins. So under dependencies now, I should have build. So where am I going to copy that from? Let me see if I have it. Yeah. Let me put it. Okay, let me copy from here. Control C and paste here. Control V, but what I want to add now is I want to add the build and plugins. So let's add it so I can copy everything. So build, this HTML code, then plugins. Plugins. All right, so we are going to close this one. Control C, Control V, and then we'll close it. We just push this in. And then no. Okay. And then finally we'll close the build. So the build will be build. Let's try this. Control. So let's try this. I mean the way it appears here. The first time it worked. Oh, there's something missing. No. You didn't tell me. Do you see what is missing? Control C, Control V, but without the S.
Okay.
And then Control without the S. Then you close this. So since these ones are here, now we have to push this one. Don't worry, for your uncle, you don't have to write it. Just look for it and copy and paste. Okay, so that is what we have there. Login, build. Okay, let's try it. So this.
And there are spaces in those plugins in between. There are space before the
in between here.
Yes, there are space from the plugin to the group.
Can you see my mouse?
Yes, sir.
This place, are you referring to?
Yes.
Yeah, we have that. Yeah, so look at it.
No,
Not that,
no,
sir. No.
You need to move back the plugin.
We need to move back the plugin so that there are space.
yeah, move it, yeah.
So like this?
No, sir.
No, move the group ID. Move it back a little
Group ID.
Yeah, move it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean this one?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that one doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just for our eyes that when we opened the tag here, we close this here. So they should correspond. When we open plugins here, we close this here, they should correct. So I get your point, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So let's just copy Control C. And then so at least it looks like what we have there. Distribution management, dependency management. Huh? Not exactly the same thing. Okay. So let's leave dependency management alone. I think let me not talk too much. Let us try. So we have plugins there. We have distribution management. All right. So do we have another build up? I don't care. Let's just run this. Control. If it doesn't work, then I'll keep editing this file until I get the format that works. Then okay. So these are the two files we should edit. We haven't edited those two files. We don't really need this. Just overreading that made me put it. Okay, having edited those two files, let's now try and see if we're able to run our this is our. Let's delete. Okay, let's not delete it. If we run into it, then we'll solve the problem. Yes. Okay, so that's it. That's all I can. So I have that note for you. Okay, let's run the command. This is not packaged. This is not. This is the command I would deploy now. Control C. And then Control V. That's the command. So it's now going through. So build cannot reach project 1. Some problems were encountered in your POC, so our PON was wrong. All illegal options will be denied. First of all, our PON was wrong. Recognize build position start tag. So those were in wrong positions. So 159 is wrong. How many errors were there? Okay, let's see if we can correct that. So let's go back to the POM. So that build should not be there. If you count down from here, 1, 2, 3, all the way down, you're going to see that that is line 159. Okay, so where are we going to move it to? Let me see. So the build is already here. So why we put another build? So we just move it. Let me see if I can move it. Or even remove it and see whether they have upgraded this thing to one, because there are so many mapping plugins. So let me remove that plugin completely. Let me remove this plugin completely. I have a feeling that they have upgraded this plugin to already include what works. So escape, then let me remove everything. That's it. Okay, so no plugin this time. Out of these many plugins, but this was not how this thing looked the first time I saw it. So I feel that they changed You know, every time you update, whatever they have changed, you will update automatically. All right, so escape, quit, bam.
Also,
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
I noticed that, you know, on the note, it says we should create the settings file, settings.sml inside of the directory where you have your project. But
Yes,
this time around,
that was wrong.
Yeah.
That was wrong.
So, okay. So this time
note,
around, you did me to where is that file located inside of this? Where is it located? The M2.
The M2 is a hidden. Yeah, I'll show you now.
Okay.
Well, before then, let's do troubleshoot this. So project home. So still the same. Some problems were found out why it's the problem again. So this time, what is it? Like 166. Distribution management. Wow. Distribution management should not be there. Okay, don't worry. Let's remove it. Let's remove it. Let's just say that their own is here. So so they are saying the addition that we made is causing confusion. Let's remove the additions that we made. And let's see what complaint to give without those additions. So although this worked before, but maybe improvement. So let's remove this. Escape. DD will remove line by line until we get, okay. Now this is the original file. We have not done. This file is back to its original state. If we were running this file in its original state, what error would we have had? Let's try this. Yeah, well, okay, so what's the problem? Fail to execute this. Deploy field, repo, element not specified inside it. You see? Not distribute certified inside this. Or in, okay, no problem. So let's go and look for that. It's troubleshooting now. So VI, no. So where is distribution management? Let's look for distribution management. Control, no. Distribution, this tree, right there, right? It's a repo element not specified. So let us remove, since distribution management already exists, let's not duplicate by putting our own. Let's remove all this. ID, name, URL, right? Let's see. ID, name, URL, that's what we have. Good. So we'll replace the existing ID, name, URL with our own. So DD. So insert, and then let's put our own there. Control, ID, name, URL. Okay, so ID, name, URL, Control C. And then Control V. Yes. This is the last. This one should work. If it does not work, then this is the last thing I know to try. So let's save it. Control, no, sorry. Escape, save, quit by force. All right, so let's try to run again. Bad. What's the complaint this time? Fail to execute. Deploy feed. Repo element was not specified in POM. Contribution management element. Okay. So this time, was it contribution I mentioned last time? Okay, that one was distribution element. Okay, we did the right thing. So this time it's saying, give me 1 second. It says repo element was not specified in distribution element. Now it's saying repo element not specified in distribution element. It's the same thing. I thought I saw something different. Marvin deploy field, repo element not specified. The repository element is specified. Repo element not specified in form inside distribution element, or no, I don't know that. Okay, let's check. VI form.exe. At least it's giving us this. What is a distribution element? Control distribution management, distribution. Okay, so this is the only distribution management that we have. So what do we have? Internal release. This was generated by the system itself. So there's nothing to do. Distribution management, open, close, side. Is there another distribution element? So it's not complaining about. It's not complaining about plugins. So the plugins have probably been updated. All right. Now, I mean, this is easier to troubleshoot than what we have because I know exactly where to look. I know, well, not exactly. I have an idea where to look. So I'm going to go online now and begin to find out from different forums. Did you run into this problem? What did you do? Well, before I let you go, let me just try that plugin one more time because that worked once. So build, right? So where's build? Okay, build started from here. I mean, build starts from there. So let me put the plugin somewhere here. In addition to all these plugins, also consider using mine. So let me put my own. That's my plugin. So plugins without the build, Control C. All right, so this is plugin, and then plugins. That's plugin. Then ID. Okay, yeah, I don't have an ID. Group ID. Then artifact ID. Artifact ID configuration. Let me try it. Control. So this is was with all right. So now, yes, that other method that I used last week, the other time was wrong. So it should have been in M2. So you are saying where's M2? M2 is here. Can you see it? So what are we now? Print working directory. We're in the project directory, our JIT project, but we shouldn't be here for him to be in CD, not just CD. Print working directory. So this is where it is. The user home directory Ubuntu. So sorry. This is M2. This is Maven's folder. M2 means Maven's. So CD M2. Sorry, CD hidden. The dot means it said hidden directory M2. Then LL. So this is our settings.xml. This is the place what we should create. And this is what we created here. So the other settings.xml file that we're editing is the wrong one. The last one. But that one already existed. But this one we created this. Just copy and paste. All right, so let me continue troubleshooting. It doesn't look like hopefully I'm able to resolve this in a very short time. And then I'll post this on it. But every other thing is right so far. Unless you feel that we do anything. So ID, there's nothing here. We copied everything. Repository. Does it read repository? Let me see. Yeah, here. Go back to our project. Yeah, I'll look around and see. I'll look around and see what I can get. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, a lot of suggestions, but it doesn't really mean that once you copy them and you paste, it works. So there are many that will not work. It is to find the one that works. All right, guys, thank you for your contribution. At least you guys helped by being still observant. Otherwise, they would have been another catastrophe. But so far, the way we have done it, I mean, the point to which we have reached together, I'm sure I'll be able to complete it in a matter of minutes and then share it with you on the group.
Yes, sir.
So let me let you go now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
All right, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Bravo.
Thank you. Me, no sleeping tonight until I get this. So be rest assured that by tomorrow or by this evening, you'll get this result.
No, you are preparing us for the real work now. Because the time we come also, something like this will crop up. We need to start troubleshooting and troubleshooting.
That's what you need.
100%. It will always come up. 1,000%.
1,000, you see. So I even like at times when we have issues like this, we are learning from the challenges we have. I even like it that way. So that everything will not be going smooth. No.
If it's too smooth, it's just like life. If life is too smooth,
too smooth, it's too short.
All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Talk to you later. All right.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. White.
I'll begin to post more interview questions now on the forum for you, so that you can be practicing on your own before the drill. At least you now have your own idea of what answers should be, not just waiting for me to provide all the.
So I also shared the link on the chat. Maybe that might help during your troubleshooting. I will still be troubleshooting on my side too.
Oh, great. Yeah. That's another thing. You guys can take it up as a challenge to troubleshoot on your side to see what you can come up. Well, thank you for the link. I'll look at it.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
They want Mr. White is our prof.
I beg, I'll not be prof, bro. I'm a learner.
You are Jenkins. You are helping us to integrate.